places on the stage. The convocation will commence with an invocation of Tamil Thai Vartha followed by Vande Mataram, during which also the audience is required to remain standing. After the chairman declares the convocation closed, the Indian national anthem will be sung by a group of students. The academic procession will then proceed back to the robing room to the accompaniment of the OTA band. The audience is required to remain standing and not to leave the hall until the academic procession leaves the hall. The audience is requested to follow the instructions as narrated.
Smile, sir. Smile, sir.
Look here, sir.
Sir. Super, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Shouldn't be on.
Sí. Hello.
please. Silence, please.
Your kind attention, please. Your kind attention, please. The arrival of the chief guest will be marked by the sounding of the OTA band. The academic procession will enter the hall at 11 a.m. To the sound of the OTA band, the audience is required to remain standing until the members of the procession reach their respective places on the stage.
சூப்பராக.
Kindly keep remaining standing for the invocation.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே. வந்தே மாதரம் வந்தே மாதரம் சுஜலாம் சுஃபலாம் மலயஜ ஷீதலாம் ஷஸ்ய ஷியாமளாம் மாதரம் வந்தே மாதரம் शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी फुल्लकुसुमितद्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्.
Please be seated, please.
I declare the convocation open.
Honourable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y Chandrachud, Chairman Board of Governors, IIT Madras, Dr. Pawan Goenka, members of the Board of Governors, members of the Senate, dearest graduates, distinguished invitees, colleagues, and my dearest students. IIT Madras is today witnessing her Diamond Jubilee Convocation. In our country, 60 is an auspicious number. The 60th birthday, Shashtiyabda Purti, marks the beginning of an era wherein one is expected to share the acquired knowledge to provide guidance to the world. I am happy that this 60th Convocation is being graced by none other than the Supreme Judicial Authority of our country, Honourable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y Chandrachud, the 50th Chief Justice of India. I am sure the graduates are lucky to have Honourable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y Chandrachud as the chief guest, an Indian jurist who has served in benches that have delivered landmark judgments and who has served the universities of Mumbai, Oklahoma, Harvard, Yale, and others as a visiting professor. Your Lordship, thank you very much for accepting our invitation. Friends, we have witnessed a non-linear growth in the number of degrees our institute has been awarding since our inception. At this convocation, 2,571 graduates will receive their degrees, which includes around 453 PhD students. A total of 19 PhD scholars among them will receive joint degrees with foreign universities, 12 from universities in Australia, 3 each from universities in Germany and France, and 1 from Singapore. IIT Madras has proved herself by sustaining the top ranks in the NIRF ranking this year too. We have retained the number 1 position for the 5th year in a row for overall performance among all universities in India. Number 1 position among engineering institutes for the 8th year since inception of NIRF, and ranked number 2 among research universities in India for the 2nd time in a row. Thanks to the persistent efforts of the students, faculty, staff, alumni, funding agencies, and industry partners in making this achievable, IIT Madras has also clinched the CII Industrial Intellectual Property Awards 2022 for Best Patent Portfolio in the 5-year period 2017 to 22, and has been conferred the National Intellectual Property Awards 2022 by the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. In the category of Top Indian Academic Institution for Patent Applications Filing, patents granted, IPs commercialized, and their economic significance. In the QS ranking, IIT Madras jumped up by 50 places to come to the 98th spot in mathematics. Our BS in Data Science and Application has won a silver prize in the Best Online Program category. Additionally, the National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, a joint initiative of IITs and IISc, won the gold in the Lifelong Learning category. Ever since being granted the Institute of Eminence status in 2019, IIT Madras has made all efforts to bolster her research infrastructure and had identified 68 research initiatives across 21 technology clusters, from which, after rigorous review, 15 centers of excellence have been launched recently to carry out cutting-edge research for development of next-generation technologies having global impact. IIT Madras also constantly upgrades her research facilities and infrastructure that will enable her scholars and students pursue cutting-edge research. An MOU was signed earlier this month between the Ministries of Education of India and Tanzania for setting up the first international IIT Madras campus in Zanzibar that will offer a 4-year MS and a 2-year BS in Data Science and AI. Classes will commence in the campus from 24th October 2023 with an initial intake of 70 students. In the history of IITs, we are the first to have established a campus abroad. Professor Preeti Agalyam will be the first Dean and Director in charge of this IIT Madras Zanzibar campus. I thank the Ministry of Education and Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, the Government of Zanzibar, and in particular our Minister of Education, Sri Dharmendra Pradhan Ji, for their continued support in making this possible. Our faculty and students continue to earn accolades during the academic year gone by. Details are included in my report. Notable among them are Professor T. Pradeep has been bestowed the prestigious ENI Award, the Win Future Prize dedicated to innovators from developing countries, the 10th Prince Sultan bin Abdulaziz International Prize, and also as Fellow of the African Academy of Sciences. Professor Sujit has been elected as an international member of the US National Academy of Engineering. Among the honors bestowed by our institute, Professor Sujit has been awarded the Institute's Lifetime Achievement Award at the Senior Level R&D category, while Professors Raila Suresh Kumar and Radhakrishna Pillai have been awarded the Mid-Career R&D Awards, and Drs. Rupesh Nasre and V. Nagabhushna Rao have been awarded the Srimati Marti Annapurna Gurunath Award for Excellence in Teaching. Drs. Shweta Agarwal, Akanksha Agarwal, and Emijala SRK Chaitanya Sharma have been chosen as faculty fellows. Wellness. We have launched a 10-pronged approach to ensure wellness at campus. These include a time-bound grievance redressal scheme, Kushal meetings with students and faculty, network of independent counselors in and off campus, listener network, comprehensive wellness survey through the National Health Authority, Government of Tamil Nadu, gatekeeper training for faculty, high-power committees to handle caste discrimination issues, student and alumni mentorship through YARI, SATI, and MITR, consolidated attendance marking, and involvement of parents. More details are available in the website behappy.iitm.ac.in. Through this, we aspire to ensure an always happy and stress-free campus. After a tremendous success in our BS in Data Science and Programming course that currently have enrolled more than 20,000 students, and keeping in line with the recommendations of the National Education Policy 2020 and the need for human capacity created by the National Semiconductor Mission, we have started a BS in Electronic Systems. Through this, we aspire to address a global industry need for thousands of qualified electronic engineers in a scalable fashion. Close to 1,800 students have applied, and interesting to note the inclusivity across category, roles spread across fresh graduates through employed through retired, age range 15 to 20 to 61 to 80, and gender. As in the case of BS Data Science, this course also enables multiple exits at foundation, certificate level, diploma level, and 4-year BS degree level, enabling reskilling and upskilling in this critical sector. As an institute of national importance and in consonance with our strategic plan, we are focusing more on local relevance leading to global excellence to make IITM for all, Anaivarukkum IITM. We have therefore rolled out several initiatives that will focus on reaching out to the rural India through our Section 8 company hosted by IIT Madras and housing the Technology Innovation Hub funded by the Department of Science and Technology under its National Mission on Cyber Physical Systems, IIT Madras Pravartak Technologies Foundation. Kalvi Shakti and Vidya Shakti are such initiatives that has reached 12,000 school students from 5th to 12th grade in Tamil Nadu and Uttar Pradesh. Science, mathematics, and English are taught through live online classes in Tamil and Hindi medium. They have rural interaction centers in 89 villages in Tamil Nadu and 100 villages in Uttar Pradesh. The tutors use virtual reality lessons to teach over 2,500 school students and demonstrate science experiments face-to-face to over 3,200 students. This innovative approach has increased the attention and retention spans in children significantly. That is evident from the 98% passing rate in the RICs across all grades. They also provide empowerment program for rural women, in niche areas including software testing. The RIC initiative is to be expanded to 8 more states in the coming year and to 1,000 RICs in future. The program Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics, STEM, was inaugurated by the Honourable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, who also distributed the electronic kits to the schools. The STEM program aims to conduct a year-long program in electronic science for about 1 lakh government school students studying in 9th to 12th class in rural areas every year, so that they could be motivated to take up a career in semiconductor technologies domain. An indigenous electronic kit is developed by IIT Madras exclusively for this purpose. 2,500 such kits will be delivered to 250 government schools of Tamil Nadu, thanks to our alumnus who has donated magnanimously for this initiative. The Discovery Campus at Tayur, 25 kilometers away from this main campus, witnessed the inauguration of the National Technology Center for Ports, Waterways and Coasts by the Honourable Union Minister Sri Sarbanand Sonawal, and the naval facility designed by IIT Madras in it was inaugurated by the Chief of Defence Staff. The phase 1 of the Tayur campus, that comprises an academic research block, food court, hostel block and various utilities and services, is expected to be completed within a year. Some startups and temporary facilities such as E-Plane and Agnikul and specialized lab under CSR initiatives are functioning at the campus. The campus will also house gas The campus will also house gas pipeline testbed facility, Hyperloop, Integrated Center of Propulsion Technology and Center of Ammunition, Silicon Photonic Integrated Circuit Enablement, Center of Excellence for Manufacturing, X2 Fuels and Energy Private Limited, lab-grown diamond technology, and a full-scale bridge testing facility. In addition, large infrastructure projects have been undertaken and successfully completed by our engineering unit. I wish to place on record the yeoman services rendered by the Center for Industrial Consultancy and Sponsored Research over the past 5 decades, NAMA ICSR at 50. It has indeed played a major role in the growth of our institute by attracting substantial funding for her research and consultancy activities from ministries of the Government of India and from industry, while supporting the faculty and students in their innovations, patenting and transfer of technology. In 2022-23, the institute received sanction of 239 ministry-sponsored projects for a total value of INR 577.64 crores. Our strong industry collaboration is evident from the 696 consultancy and industry-sponsored research projects that have been received this financial year, amounting to INR 457.22 crores. That is almost 65% more than last year. We filed 232 patents during the year, of which 69 are international filings, and were granted 175, out of which 21 are international patents. In 2022, we have honored 11 of our alumni with the Distinguished Alumnus Award for their outstanding achievements in their respective fields. They are Professor Ram Mohan Narayan, Mr. Vijay Ullal, Professor M.P. Parandaman, Mr. Ram Sundaram, Professor Rajesh Rajamani, Dr. Aziz Mohammed, Dr. Durga Malladi, Mr. Naveen Tahilyani, Mr. Karthik Sharma, Professor Venkatesan Guruswamy, and Ms. Vidya Sridharan. I am extremely happy to share that our Office of Alumni and Corporate Relationship and the Office of Institutional Advancement have in 2022-23 raised INR 231.2 crores, nearly a 75% increase over the last year. Of this, INR 98.69 crores has been received as CSR donation. I, on behalf of the Institute, wish to thank all our alumni, corporates and well-wishers who have contributed magnanimously and made this achievable. The bi-monthly Science and Technology magazine of IIT Madras Shastra, that showcases the development in science and technology and its impact on society, both nationally and internationally, continues to be well received by the scientific community. IIT Madras Incubation Cell and its sector-specific incubators for medical technology, biosciences, cyber physical systems, and rural technologies continue to incubate around 50 to 60 companies annually with a cumulative portfolio of 320 deep tech startups. Of these, 22% companies have raised investments from angel investors and VCs. Several companies started a few years ago have received Series A funding and are now attracting Series B/C funding at significant valuations. IIT Madras incubated companies are together valued at 38,000 crores based on their last investment data. Envision becoming an aspirational force for young entrepreneurs across the country as the place to be to build global brands from Indian technological innovations, eventually expanding our presence in neighboring countries, ASEAN and Africa regions. IIT Madras Incubation Cell is presently developing ways to replicate its model nationally and support large population of young startups in the country. As a key step in this process, it has initiated formal engagement with Tier 2, Tier 3 institutions, helping them strengthen their entrepreneurial ecosystems and co-incubating their startups. IITM Incubation Cell has currently signed MOUs with 17 institutions/incubators in South India, and IIT Madras Pravatak Technologies, the sector-specific incubator, has signed MOUs with institutions in Nepal. At the 36th Inter-IIT Aquatics Meet held in October 2022, Madras Sharks, the IIT Madras Aquatics contingent, clinched the men's swimming championship for the 5th time in a row and won the water polo trophy for the first time since 2011. They finished with an impressive medal tally of 13 golds, 6 silvers and 10 bronzes and gold in water polo. Kalash Sharma was adjudged the best swimmer men and best water polo scorer. At the 55th Inter-IIT Sports Meet held on December 2022, IIT Madras contingent won the men's general championship after a long gap of 11 years. The men's team won a gold in table tennis, silver in athletics and basketball, and bronze in badminton and volleyball, while the women's team won bronze in athletics and badminton. Sajusha Ashok was adjudged the best woman athlete, and Nishant Watson was adjudged the best player in the men's table tennis. With the need for medicine and technology to come together, specifically to address the most important need of providing affordable quality health care for all, IITM has launched a new Department of Medical Sciences and Technology department. The department will offer a first-of-its-kind 4-year BS program in Medical Sciences and Engineering and MS PhD research programs that could be pursued by MBBS and MD doctors. Padma Vibhushan Professor M.S. Valiyathan, the Indian cardiac surgeon, former president of the Indian National Science Academy and National Research Professor of Government of India, proved to the world that our country has a great future in the area of medical science and technology by successfully designing, manufacturing and implementing the Chitra valve, bringing in affordable indigenous heart treatment to our country several decades before. He could not be here today, but has been kind enough to record an inspiring speech motivating our students to pursue medical sciences and engineering, which shall be played now.
My sincere thanks to Director Dr. Kamakoti and all his colleagues for the honor they have done me. I am not a stranger to IIT Madras because I came here 50 years ago as a visiting professor and was overjoyed by the welcome I received. I carried away a very interesting resolve when I left here, that is to work for the development of technology for healthcare applications. Healthcare it's like a tripod. There are 3 legs supporting this healthcare. One limb of that tripod is drugs. Second is vaccines. These are equally essential. Children, epidemics, pandemics, we have seen importance of vaccines. That is extremely important. And the third is medical devices. Now, drugs and vaccines, India has already made a name in the world. India's leadership role is recognized. For example, when we had HIV, almost like epidemic in Africa, and the drugs imported from Western countries, they were so very expensive, they couldn't afford it. There was no treatment, fatal disease. At that time, India developed a drug equally effective, equally safe, with great difficulty to market it because the price was much, much lower than the Western variety. But United Nations intervened and it became possible to sell this in these countries at a very low price. And the second is the pandemic is still close to us. We know the vaccine developed abroad and manufactured in India. Developed in India, manufactured in India. We had different types of vaccines and they were distributed to something like 80 countries in the world. So that puts India in a highly prestigious position. But unfortunately, the third limb of this tripod, that is medical devices. Here we did not do too well. And the reason is surprising because today the medical devices manufacturing in India is 1.5% of the industrial production, total production in India. So there are several reasons for this backwardness. And one of them is there is not much of R&D, research and development. This is something which we have to be aware of. The new development, extremely important, that is in 2023, a few months ago, the government have brought in a new policy on medical devices. What it does is, first of all, it brings in a new vision. So in this policy document for the first time, they want to bring medical devices on par with vaccines and drugs. The second is the global production, global market. India should get 10 to 12% of the global market. At the present time, the market size is $11.5 billion. But they estimate the rate at which they expect progress to occur in India. By 2025, this will become $50 billion. And 2047, the centenary of India's independence, this will become $100 to $300 billion. These are unbelievable figures, but remember, they are thinking or looking not only at the Indian market, they are looking at the global south, all the developing countries. This is the kind of future that we have ahead of us. IIT especially, they have started this most imaginative BS program, and the graduates coming out of this, they will share a joint culture, because I find from the documents it has the endorsement of many top experts in medicine and engineering. And the students who have a solid base, rock-like base in mathematics, anatomy and physiology. And from then they are exposed to a series of courses, fundamental courses. In addition, there are specialization, and they also have several electives to choose from. So when they are exposed to such a broad spectrum of scientific and technological disciplines, there is every possibility they will be sharing the joint culture of science, engineering, and medicine. And I certainly hope they will bring about a great future for us, especially in terms of this policy. And India will have a leading position in the world in the field of medical devices and improve equitable access to the best of technology to the largest number of people. Thank you very much. I would like to thank Dr. Kamakoti and all his academic community here for the honor they have done me. Thank you.
All these activities at scale and accomplishments of our institute would not have been possible without the committed participation and support of all stakeholders, our faculty, students and staff, agencies and industries sponsoring R&D and consultancy projects, professionals from other organizations who assist us in various capacities, and our alumni and corporate donors with their generous support to our various activities. In particular, I would like to thank office bearers such as head of the departments, deans, chairpersons, wardens, advisors, and professors in charge of various cells and centers, hospital and hostel staff for the selfless work they put in to keep the institute ticking. The institute is grateful to the Ministry of Education, Government of India for its continued and sustained encouragement and support. I also wish to thank the Government of Tamil Nadu for all the support it continues to extend in multiple ways. I wish to thank Dr. Pawan Goenka, our Chairman, Board of Governors, and all board members for their wise counsel, support and guidance, enabling us to scale new heights. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our Chief Guest, Honourable the Chief Justice of India, for gracing this occasion. We are eager to listen to his message to the graduating class of 2023. Before I end, I would like to once again congratulate the prize winners today and wish all our graduates happiness, professional success, and fulfillment from a life of service to their profession, family, and country. God bless you all. Jai Hind.
Honourable the Chief Justice of India, Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y Chandrachud, our distinguished graduating class of 2022 and their family members, esteemed members of the Board of Governors, Professor V. Kamakoti, members of Senate, faculty and staff of IIT Madras, special invitees and guests, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 60th Convocation ceremony of IIT Madras. On behalf of the Board of Governors, I am privileged to welcome our chief guest, Honourable the Chief Justice of India, Dr. Chandrachud. We are privileged to have him here amongst us. It will be out of place for me to talk about his numerous landmark judgments. What I do want to mention is the way he is modernizing the courts with the use of technology initiatives, such as use of machine learning, tools to translate verdicts into vernacular languages, making 34,000 judgments available in open domain, paperless system of recording, new email policy, making virtual hearings permanent feature. The courts have been made green and technology enabled, and the list goes on. Yesterday, in an informal conversation that we had with him, I could see the passion that the Chief Justice has for driving technology in judiciary. And IIT Madras also is playing a key role in this initiative. Thank you, Honourable Sir, for taking time out to be part of this convocation ceremony. We are eagerly waiting to hear from you. I have reached a personal milestone today as I am presiding over the 10th convocation ceremony of IIT Madras as Chairperson of Board of Governors. Let me highlight few things that have changed over the 10 years and few that have not changed. And the Institute should be proud of both what has changed and what has not changed. What has not changed is the rigor in student admissions, faculty selection, and passion of faculty and staff to do all that they can do to graduate best engineering students in India and perhaps in the world. IIT Madras has been blessed with having amongst the best directors in the IIT system. I've had the privilege of working with Dr. Bhaskar Ramamurthy for 8 years, and now Professor Kamakoti. What has changed is a greater thrust on R&D, as you could see from Director's report. The total R&D funding has gone up from about 250 crores to 2,000 crores in the last 10 years. And what is even more encouraging is that 40% of it comes from the industry. IITM Research Park, that I'm sure you're all very familiar with, which was the brainchild of Professor Jhunjhunwala and Professor Ramamurthy, has become a benchmark for all IITs to follow. Entrepreneurship amongst graduating students and even professors has almost gone viral. Number of deep tech startups incubating from IIT Madras is perhaps the highest of any institute in India. Arthur Energy is one such example, and there are many more. IIT Madras has become the first IIT, as you heard, to set up an overseas campus in Zanzibar, set up a medical sciences and engineering department. You today have a lot of flexibility in curriculum. An innovative online undergraduate degree program was launched in 2020 to reach tens of thousands of students across India. An outcome of all of this, as you all well know, is that IIT Madras has been judged the best engineering college in India every year since the inception of the NIRF ranking. And the best overall college 5 years in a row. Something that everyone should be proud of. And I must congratulate the director, faculty, staff, and all the students for this amazing achievement. Dear graduating class, this is a very important decade for India. The world order is changing. India today has opportunities like never before across sectors and geographies. Technology revolutionizing every aspect of our lives. There could not have been a better time for you to graduate and make a difference to the lives of millions of people. What is most heartening is that the new technological revolutions across the world is being driven by young startups founded by graduates like you. India has come of age in the startup ecosystem, and IIT Madras is playing a key role in it. What I personally appreciate is that IIT Madras incubated startups tend to be in deep tech areas, like advanced communication, agri-tech, artificial intelligence, IoT, green energy, space technology, etc. And talking of space technology, never before have I seen such an excitement across the country for a technology-led event as for the launch of Chandrayaan-3 last week. And we are all eagerly waiting. We are all eagerly waiting for August 23rd, 5:47 p.m., the day and time the lander will land on the moon. Space has huge opportunities for India. And I'm amazed to see the kind of resources India has in terms of talent, infrastructure, and indigenous technology. While ISRO has made us proud so far, going forward, the private sector and specifically startups will play a huge role. Many of the startups are now becoming household names, such as Skyroot, Dhruva Space, Pixel, Digantra, and your own Agnikul and Galaxy. SpaceX is the best-known technology startup in the space sector. But people often forget that SpaceX was not built over a day. It took 20 years and huge investments to get where it is today. I wanted to drive home a few points. I want to drive home a few points with these examples. Number one, science and technology will drive the new unicorns and decacorns. Number two, if you want to make a tech-led difference in the world, your technology and innovation must be disruptive, radical, and transformational, not incremental. Number three, risk-taking and perseverance are must for entrepreneurial and personal success. Take failures in stride like successes and keep going on. Persist in the face of failure. Number four, to create the next unicorn and achieve scale, you will need partners who believe in your vision and are willing to invest in your ideas. Hence, it is imperative to cultivate a life skill to sell your story and motivate people to join you in your mission. And finally, every SpaceX starts with an Agnikul or a Galaxy. I hope a good number of you have opted to stay connected with science and technology and will work towards tech-led disruption. Being an IIT student and now transforming to an IIT alumnus, you are privileged and have a storied legacy to live up to. Strive to become innovation incubators for India and the world by leveraging your skills in science and technology. India and the world will always need and will always be grateful to bright minds like you. Dear graduating class, congratulations to all of you on this very special day and wish you all the success in life. God bless you. And may I now request Professor Liggy Philip to come and introduce the chief guest.
Good morning. Distinguished guests, dear faculty and staff, respected students, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and pleasure that I stand before you today to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, the Honourable Chief Justice of India. Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, the 50th Chief Justice of India, is a jurist of extraordinary caliber, born into a family deeply rooted in the legal profession. His father, the illustrious late Justice Y. Chandrachud, who also served as a Chief Justice of India. Following in his father's footsteps, Dr. Justice Chandrachud has upheld a legacy of excellence, leaving an indelible mark on the Indian judiciary. Having graduated with a degree in law from the prestigious St. Stephen's College, University of Delhi, Dr. Justice Chandrachud further honed his legal expertise at Harvard Law School, where he pursued his Master of Law degree. His academic pursuits were marked by exceptional brilliance and an unwavering commitment to legal scholarship. He took oath as the Chief Justice of India on 9 November 2022. Before his appointment to the Supreme Court in May 2016, he was the Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court. He was Judge of the Bombay High Court for 13 years. As an advocate, he championed several causes such as the right to privacy, the right of HIV plus workers, and religious and linguistic minority rights. As a judge of the Supreme Court of India, Justice Chandrachud has delivered seminal judgments, including on the decriminalization of homosexuality, decriminalization of adultery, declaration of privacy as a fundamental right, disability, combating caste and gender discrimination, and environmental law. His judgment mandated the grant of permanent commission to women in the armed forces. He has delivered notable dissents which seek to uphold the value of liberty and freedom. As a chairperson of the E-Committee of the Supreme Court of India, he is spearheading a digital transformation of the judicial system in India, comprising over 18,000 courts. This will pave the path for using artificial intelligence in case management and deployment of resources. Justice Chandrachud has been a guest speaker at Harvard Law School, LA Law School, Australian National University, and many more prestigious universities. He also addressed several international conferences, including the United Nations High Commission on Human Rights, United Nations Environmental Programme, the World Bank, etc. On behalf of all present here, I extend a heartfelt welcome to Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, the Honourable Chief Justice of India. We are grateful for the opportunity to benefit from his profound insights and guidance. Please join me in extending a warm round of applause. As we welcome Honourable Dr. Justice Y Chandrachud to deliver his convocation address. Thank you.
Mic is fine, yeah. Dr. Pawan Goenka, the Chairman, the Director Professor V. Kamakoti, distinguished members of the Senate, faculty and staff, graduating students, parents of graduating students, and all the guests who are present here. I express my very deep gratitude to Professor Kamakoti and to IIT Madras for inviting me as the chief guest to address the 60th convocation of IIT Madras. Over the past 64 years, this university has contributed significantly to India's development through its research, innovation, and technological innovations and advancements. In a true sense, institutions such as IIT Madras have transformed Indian society by entrenching the scientific approach and temper in our society. As I think about the history of this institution, I think of the thousands of students who have graduated from this hallowed university and made not only our nation, but the world a better place. And today I can see the bright future of India in your shimmering eyes. I congratulate all the graduating students. You are drawing a curtain on an important phase of your life as a student. Even though you are leaving this institution, a part of it will always stay with you. Its values and its principles will guide and motivate you. I would also like to congratulate your family who made sacrifices for your upbringing and education. It is often said that it takes a village to raise a child. I would like to acknowledge and congratulate the countless people working behind the scenes who have in some way or the other contributed to your journey in this institution of excellence and beyond. Now, I must confess that when I received the invitation to attend this convocation and speak, I was kind of perplexed as to what should the theme of my address be today. What wisdom can a judge of a constitutional court impart to young innovators and entrepreneurs at the forefront of our ongoing technological revolution? It is often said that technology develops at a speed which the law cannot keep up with. This may seem true in the heat of the moment, but if we take a step back, our history is a testament to the fact that law and technological developments share a dialectic relationship. They speak to one another constantly, each one pushing the other forward. At a point in history, ships were considered the pinnacle of modern technology. But with every voyage came a significant risk of losing all your goods and the ship itself, and together with it, human life, to the misfortune of the high seas. It was the law of corporate ownership and financing that allowed businesses to manage the risk of overseas voyages, leading to the first generation of entrepreneurs and venture capitalists. Later, it was the rapid technological innovation of the Industrial Revolution that led to the disciplines of labor law and patent law, Tomorrow, your creations will frame the next stage of the debate between technology and the law. So today I want to leave you with two questions that I hope you ask yourself. What are the values your technology represents? And what are its affordances? When I say value, I do not mean the monetary worth of your ideas, innovations, or technology. I mean what principled values the technology represents, and in particular, what are the values it furthers in the context you seek to deploy it. Let me give you an example. I remember a time when speaking to another person required a landline connection, and working with a colleague meant that you had to be in the same room physically. Today, video conferencing technology has transformed the way we communicate and work. Thus, we can say that the values of this technology are facilitating communication and collaboration. The values of a technology may further change in different contexts. You only need to look at the Indian judiciary to know how this may be the case. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the Supreme Court introduced virtual hearings, which till date allows litigants and lawyers from outside Delhi to appear before the Supreme Court. Courts across India held as many as 43 million hearings. These millions of hearings made us quickly realize how virtual hearings helped female lawyers who otherwise face difficulties appearing physically in court due to the gender demands of domestic work and caregiving. With virtual hearings, they could argue from their homes. Video conferencing also facilitated the live streaming of the Constitution Bench proceedings, which has allowed every citizen to stay informed about ongoing cases. If they so wish, deployed in this context, the values of video conferencing technology extend beyond mere communication and collaboration to now encompass inclusivity and access to justice. As technologists and as engineers, you may look at technology in terms of numbers, optimizations, efficiencies, scale, upgrades, and capacities. But I also encourage all of you to ponder the human and societal values that technologies represent, especially in the context in which they will be deployed. Why do I say this? This is because technological developments do not take place in a social vacuum. They take place amongst an intricate tapestry of societal realities and legal, economic, and political structures. A few days ago, a movie was released about one of the world's most famous scientists, Robert Oppenheimer, a key architect of the atomic bomb. Oppenheimer and his team were acutely conscious of how their technology would shape the world, eventually even seeking a ban on nuclear weapons and opposing the creation of larger bombs. I refer to them today not to acclaim or denounce them, but to highlight the importance of recognizing the impact of even theoretical science in the real world. It would be a convenient abdication of reason to proclaim that technology is merely neutral. Make no bones about it. No technology is neutral. When deployed in real-world contexts, technological use cases come to fulfill and represent certain human values. Therefore, values matter. Tomorrow, you will be amongst the scientific leaders that will shape the nation's thoughts on how technology and society should interact. The Constitution of India explicitly enjoins all citizens to develop the scientific temper. Thus, our Constitution emphasizes that reason and science can empower us to secure and promote liberty, equality, and social justice. Our Constitution has laid down the basic framework of rights and liberties to enable the growth and innovation in the fields of science and technology. In turn, the power of science and technology could be harnessed to attain human rights and liberties. Be proud of the fact that you live today in a country and in a society where you can choose your future. You can choose the startup you want to initiate. You can choose the technology which you want to foster. No big or deep state is commanding you to do that. Remember with pride that this is what our nation has given you. With the help of science, we realize and acknowledge our inherent biases and dogmas. Science guides us towards the truth by helping us to separate our observation from our preconception. During the old days in Europe and in the United States, lightning often struck the churches because of their elevated architecture and the metallic bells. Lightning was considered as a supernatural phenomenon, a manifestation of the demon itself. During thunderstorms, the churches used to toll bells in the hope of repelling lightning. Many bell ringers lost their lives because of lightning. With a simple kite experiment, Benjamin Franklin proved that lightning was nothing but electricity and could be safely discharged using a conductor, prompting the use of grounding rods. This demonstrates how a scientific temper can alter societal beliefs and harmful practices. I now want to turn to my second question. What are the affordances created by a particular technology? By this I mean, what new behaviors does technology enable or facilitate? I was at the Brain Center this morning. This institution has imbibed in you the necessary skills and expertise to engender technological advancement in diverse fields such as healthcare, energy, infrastructure, and transportation, even across the oceans and space. Every incremental change in technology has the potential to transform the lives of individuals, bridge societal divides, and secure justice for all. But a new technology can also create unexpected abilities and facilitate unintended behaviors. Let me give you an example. I remember the days when letters were the dominant mode of communication. Letters were slow, often taking days to reach their intended recipient. Every week I would see the postal mark on a letter from my sister, and it was posted 1 week or 10 days earlier in the United States. Email thus represented a revolution, allowing for instant communication. But emails also created an affordance for electronic interception. It is very hard to open and read a letter without the recipient knowing, and almost impossible to do at scale. But with the advent of emails, you may never know that your email has been intercepted, and this can be done at an unprecedented scale. Thus, while electronic communications undoubtedly represent the values of communication and collaboration, they also create the possibility of mass surveillance of our most personal and intimate details and ideas. Privacy, confidentiality, security, transparency, and anonymity are some of the basic expectations that people have from the technology they use and access on a daily basis. And both technology and the law have striven to secure this. Today, can you think of sending a message to another person without thinking about privacy and confidentiality? We all want our messages to be end-to-end encrypted. This demonstrates how every technology creates new affordances, which in turn modify human behavior and lead to further technological and legal developments. Every new technology enables new behaviors from citizens, private companies, and governments alike. Social media has allowed us to connect with people, removing the barriers of age and nationality. It allows for an online ordering of millions of individuals that could never take place in an offline world. The marketplace of ideas has new connotations in the era of the social media and the internet. A person may share a post to millions online instantaneously, but could never do this offline. However, this ease of communication has enabled new behaviors such as online abuse and trolling. This is one example of how new technological affordances create new behaviors that both the law and technology have to anticipate and interdict. An American writer, Ursula Le Guin, once said that if you cannot or will not imagine the results of your actions, there is no way you can act morally or responsibly. I think this eloquently sums up the task of future entrepreneurs like you to carefully think through the types of affordances new technologies enable and guard against potential abuses. Where technology itself fails to address the negative behaviors facilitated by new developments, the law will step in to safeguard individual rights and continue the centuries-long dialogue between scientific development and legal regulation. I will end my speech by looking at the future briefly. Today, artificial intelligence are the two words on everybody's lips. AI is being deployed rapidly to enhance the efficiency of computer software and hardware. In a relatively short period of time, AI tools such as ChatGPT have shown that a computer can also be adept at cracking jokes, writing codes, or even drafting legal memos. AI represents not just a new frontier, but a rapidly evolving one as more of the world comes online. Even at the Supreme Court, we are using AI on a pilot basis for live transcriptions of court proceedings. The trepidations voiced by many about the advent of AI is another example of how new technologies do not exist in a vacuum, but are brought forth into complex social realities. Many of you will be tasked with demonstrating how AI can operate for the purpose of furthering human interests and not endangering them. But keep in mind those two questions about what values a particular deployment of AI represents and what affordances it creates. I have been fascinated personally with the development of AI image generating software, which allows you to put in a written prompt which will generate an image. But I am also cognizant of its potential misuse to create deep fakes, to mislead, to threaten, and to bully individuals. What are the steps that we can take to enjoy the benefits of such technology while curbing its misuse for harmful purposes will be amongst the key challenges that all of you will take. Technology should not in any way create a fear in the mind of users of online abuse or harassment. Such fear directly impacts our ability to express our thoughts in a free and open manner. Another significant impact of AI is its potential to perpetuate and amplify discrimination and undermine the right to equal treatment. Many AI systems have been shown to exhibit biased decision-making based on data inputs that reflect societal prejudices. For example, AI recruitment tools deployed by firms favored men over women because the tools were trained on profiles of successful employees who, for gendered reasons, happen to be predominantly male. In this way, data-driven systems can perpetuate biases and marginalize the social control mechanisms that govern human behavior. As we look to the future, we should look at science and technology as a significant means to human development. And by human development, I mean the development of human capabilities and functioning. Many people in India cannot effectively exercise their freedoms because they lack access to the required resources and public goods. Technology is an important freedom-enhancing resource and should play a role in increasing the ambit of opportunities. To give you one last example, the National Legal Services Authorities has introduced the tele-law service to facilitate delivery of legal advice through the use of information and communication technology. During the COVID-19 pandemic, women and people belonging to the marginalized sections extensively made use of the tele-law facility to receive legal advice on issues ranging from domestic violence to property disputes. The real redemption of technology lies in enabling freedoms and human rights of every individual in the global world. Science and technology have the ability to make us resilient to threats that loom over future freedoms. Take climate change, for instance. Climate change has the potential to negatively impact effective enjoyment of a variety of human rights, such as life, water, food, health, and sanitation. We now have international treaties, such as the Paris Agreement, which seek to lay down clear targets for reducing greenhouse gas emissions. For most of us, our biggest contribution to climate change will be consciously choosing to be climate conscious in the way we live. And I saw some of the startups on climate change this morning. But as engineers and entrepreneurs, you have the skills to develop and implement effective climate change resilient technologies. I ardently hope that some of you will utilize the skills and knowledge you have acquired at IIT Madras to face the future challenges that threaten our existence on this planet. Ursula Le Guin, the American writer I referred to, wrote a short philosophical story titled The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas. The story describes the life of the residents in the prosperous city called Omelas. The residents of Omelas were happy and content. However, as the narrator explains, the prosperity and beauty of the city required that one child should remain imprisoned and in misery all the time. The residents felt pity for the child. They perceived the injustice that was being meted out to that unfortunate child, but they never rescued the child because doing so would end their own happiness and prosperity. In our own real world, we are also faced with similar dilemmas. Today, you will leave this ceremony as graduates of one of the most highly regarded institutions in the world. But before you leave, pause to think about the duty it places on you. With the abilities, expertise, and understanding IIT has conferred on you, the world is at your feet. Your education makes you uniquely qualified and responsible for the world that you will inherit. What are the values you will choose to embody in your actions and innovations? Will your contributions leave this world a better place than you found it? And perhaps most importantly, will it be a better place for everybody? Or will your future also come at the cost of some suffering that you choose to ignore? A child imprisoned somewhere in the world. These are not easy questions, but none of you is a stranger to adversity. Each one of you has overcome unique and seemingly unsurmountable challenges to be here. So continue to challenge yourself. This is how we learn. We learn by challenging ourselves. This is how we keep the hope of a better future alive. I would like to thank Professor Kamakoti for inviting me to speak on this momentous occasion. I wish all the graduating students all the best for their future endeavors. And I would finally bow down to your parents and your teachers who have made this day possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Sir, for your thought-provoking address, for posing the two questions, and for drawing the connect between technology and law. I'm sure your wise counsel will guide the young minds as they embark upon their life's journey. Thank you once again. Does it please the members of the Senate to approve the award of the degrees and diplomas of the Institute to the candidates who have become eligible to receive them at this convocation? Mr. Director, please award the degrees, diplomas of the Institute to all eligible candidates.
Madam Registrar, please propose the number of candidates who have become eligible for the award of the various degrees, diplomas of the Institute at this convocation.
Sir, I propose that 2,571 candidates be awarded the degrees of the Institute at this convocation. I also propose that 1,996 candidates present be awarded the degrees in person in the departmental degree distribution program and the rest in absentia.
By the authority vested in me as the Chairman of the Senate and the Director of the Institute, I shall award the degrees as proposed by the Registrar. The degrees will be distributed to the graduates in degree distribution functions by respective heads of the department later today. Mr. Dean, Academic Courses, please read out the names of prize winners present at this august assembly. May I request the Honourable Chief Guest to present the prizes to the prize winners. I request the Chairman to join.
Vanakkam and good morning. It's my pleasure to present to you the list of prize winners for 2023. President of India Prize for the highest CGPA among BTech and dual degree programs. Bharat Ratna M. Vishweshwaraya Memorial Prize for the highest CGPA in BTech. Siemens Prize for the highest CGPA in BTech in Electrical Engineering. All three prizes go to Sai Gautam Ravipatti. Sri V. Srinivasan Memorial Prize for the highest CGPA in dual degree. American Express Award for the highest CGPA among women students in BTech and dual degree. Kalpati AGS Prize to the dual degree student with the best academic record in biotechnology department. All three prizes go to Neha Swaminathan. Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma Prize for the best all-round proficiency in curricular and extracurricular activities in BTech goes to Shatakshi Sarangi. Governor's Prize for the best all-round proficiency in curricular and extracurricular activities in dual degree is awarded to S. Prahalad. Booty Foundation Gold Medal Award for the highest CGPA among women students in dual degree, MTech, MSc programs. American Express Award for the highest CGPA amongst MTech and MSc programs, and the Institute Merit Prize to the MTech student with the highest CGPA in biotechnology. All three awards go to Shakuntala N. We have joint winners for the Bhagya Lakshmi and Krishna Iyengar Award. For the best project thesis in the field of infrastructure improvement, Megha S. Pradeep. For the best project thesis in the field of pollution abatement, V. Surya Kumar. GE Eco Imagination Excellence Award for the best PhD thesis in the area of environmentally friendly green technologies, ecological and environmental protection. Joint winners, Inigo J. and Vaishali Chaudhary. Reliance Heat Transfer Private Limited Prize to the BTech student with the highest CGPA in chemical engineering is awarded to Sundar Ram. Larsen and Toubro Endowment Prize to the BTech student with the highest CGPA in civil engineering is awarded to Vibhu Vilas Sharma. B. Ravichandran Memorial Prize to the BTech student with the highest CGPA in computer science and engineering is awarded to Chaugule Atharva Mahavir. Banco Foundation Prize to the BTech student with the highest CGPA in mechanical engineering is awarded to Tadeparthi Siddharth. Dr. Dandapani Memorial Prize to the BTech student with the highest CGPA in metallurgical and materials engineering is awarded to Veer Karan. American Bureau of Shipping Prize to the BTech student with the highest CGPA in naval architecture and ocean engineering is awarded to Kailash Jain. Hema Balasubramanian Excellence Award to the BTech student with the highest CGPA in engineering physics is awarded to Shiva Prasad U. Hulyal. Dr. V. Mohan Raman Prize to the dual degree student with the highest CGPA in aerospace engineering is awarded to Nihal S. Manvi. B. Ravichandran Memorial Prize to the dual degree student with the highest CGPA in chemical engineering is awarded to Shania Mitra. Dr. N.R. Dave Prize to the dual degree student with the highest CGPA in civil engineering is awarded to Yakala Esvita. Alumni Association Prize for the highest CGPA in computer science and engineering is awarded to Nishchit Shadagopan MN. Philips India Prize to the dual degree student with the highest CGPA in electrical engineering is awarded to Srikar Sai Ranganathan. Prema and Nagaraja Setti Prize to the dual degree student with the highest CGPA in engineering design is awarded to Akash Anand. Professor G.V.N. Rayudu Memorial Prize for the highest CGPA in dual degree in mechanical engineering is awarded to Kishore Ram Satya. S. Anantharamakrishnan Memorial Prize to the dual degree student with the highest CGPA in metallurgical and materials engineering is awarded to Raghav Mallampalli. Good Earth Shipbuilding Private Limited Prize to the dual degree student with the highest CGPA in naval architecture and ocean engineering is awarded to Aradhi Sirotia. Professor J. Shobhanadri Prize to the dual degree student with the highest CGPA in physics is awarded to Gaurav M. Vaidya. Institute Merit Prize to the student with the best academic record in PG Diploma program in Bridge Engineering goes to Sai Sudhir B. Institute Merit Prize to the MA student with the highest CGPA in Humanities and Social Sciences goes to Rohan Gopakumar. Air India Prize to the MTech student with the highest CGPA in Aerospace Engineering goes to Nachiketa Narayan Kurhade. Dr. K. Subbaraju Memorial Prize to the MTech student with the highest CGPA in Chemical Engineering is awarded to Soumya M. Institute Merit Prize to the MTech student with the highest CGPA in Civil Engineering is awarded to Vineet R. CMC Prize to the MTech student with the highest CGPA in Computer Science and Engineering is awarded to Chandrachud Chatterjee. Siemens Prize to the MTech student with the highest CGPA in Electrical Engineering is awarded to Cherjarla Narendra Sai Kumar. Professor Helmut Neuzert Endowment Prize to the MTech student with the highest CGPA in Mathematics is awarded to Ajit Kumar Sahu. Professor B. Sengupto Prize to the MTech student with the highest CGPA in Mechanical Engineering is awarded to Kallakuri Herambata Datta Sai Uday Krishna. Sudarshan Bhatt Memorial Prize to the MTech student with the best CGPA in Metallurgical and Materials Engineering is awarded to Emil Joe Thomas. Institute Merit Prize to the MTech student with the highest CGPA in Ocean Engineering is awarded to Anurag Vishwakarma. Sri Krishnamurthy Sundarambal Prize to the MTech student with the highest CGPA in Physics is awarded to Ravuri L.N. Saket. V. Ratnarao Memorial Prize to the MSc student with the highest CGPA in Chemistry is awarded to Kushbu Goyal. Meera Paul Memorial Prize to the MSc student with the highest CGPA in Mathematics is awarded to Suvendu Kar. Kokka Partha Prize to the MBA student with the highest CGPA goes to Harish Gupta K. Institute Merit Prize to the EMBA student with the highest CGPA goes to Guru Prasanna M. In addition, the following prizes are awarded in absentia. Professor Chillukuri Ramasastri Memorial Prize to the MSc student with the highest CGPA in Physics going to Divakar Gaur, and the HAL Prize to the BTech student with the highest CGPA in Aerospace Engineering, which is awarded to Atharva Alok. Thank you. Namaskar. I now invite the awardees of the President of India and Governor Prizes to please share their thoughts.
Good afternoon. Honorable Chief Guest, the Director, the Chairman, other dignitaries, proud parents, and my dear fellow graduates. Firstly, if you don't know me, I am Sai Gautam, a graduate from the Department of Electrical Engineering. When I first heard of the award, I was delighted and humbled for a brief moment. Only then, this reminded me of the series of events those were responsible for me being here today. When I was in the same building back in 2019, I would never have imagined that I would be speaking here today. But somewhere deep down, I had the intuition that I would be learning something great from one of the finest institutions in the world. And I hope this award stands as a reflection for my intuition holding true. What IIT Madras has taught me is to enjoy the process in achieving something. And in making this process great, there were several people involved who were always constantly supporting me. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my professors for teaching me in the best way possible, especially Professor Madhu and Professor Nitin for constantly guiding me on my academic projects. Also, Professor Rupesh, Professor Kamakoti, and Professor Janakiraman for motivating my passion for computer hardware through their excellent coursework. Mom and Dad and other family members, sorry if I was mischievous at times, but thank you for constantly supporting me and creating an environment in which I can prosper and excel. Of course, this would be incomplete without my friends who made my stay here at IIT Madras amazing. Be it when the tide was turning around or away, be it an all-nighter before the projects or a trip to Mahabalipuram. Thank you for supporting me. Finally, we made it to the end. We all graduated. But despite the disruptions caused due to the pandemic, but I would not call this the end, but the start of several inspiring stories to come. I would like to congratulate the graduating class of 2023. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Respected members of the dais, my batchmates, parents, and everyone else in the audience. I am extremely humbled to have received this award. First off, I am thankful to the Institute for its constant support and encouragement in every single activity, be it sports, academic, or cultural activities. I'd also like to thank Professor Manoj for his course on evolutionary biology. I don't think he's here today, but that along with the wildlife in the campus really helped me find my area of research. A huge shout out to my parents who are somewhere over there, my parents, my grandparents, and my brother for their constant encouragement and love. Lastly, as I stand here looking back at my time in Insti, all I can think about is the quiz club, the football team, my hostel, and all of my friends. So maybe the true treasure all along were the friends we found along the way. Thank you.
Graduates of the year, I charge you that in thought, word, and deed, you will ever maintain the purity, dignity, and integrity of your profession and honor of our institute. Graduates of the year, please take the pledge.
Students alone to stand, please.
Please repeat after us. We, the graduates of the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, hereby pledge that we shall, in thought, word, and deed, ever endeavor to be scrupulously honest in the discharge of our duties, that in all circumstances we shall uphold the dignity and integrity of our profession and the honor of our institute and the nation, and that we shall devote all our energies to promote the unity and secular ideals of our country and utilize our knowledge in the service of our nation and society. Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi.
On behalf of all those assembled here, I request the Director to give memento to the Chief Guest, Honourable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y Chandrachud, the Chief Justice of India.
Say that to the convocation, please.
I declare the convocation closed.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष माघे गाहे तव जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Band, please, on. Band. Band, please play. Band. Ready now.